Hello. It's been a while, hasn't it? So I am the my name. Okay, first of all, my name is Islam Dalali. I am the creator of this game called Prima or Prima. I don't know how to really pronounce it. There's two different ways of pronouncing it. I always called it Prima, but some of my friends call it Prima, and then I switched to Prima. Whatever. I think it's called Prima. It is called Prima. I made this game. So yeah, I'm the developer of this game. This is an Endless Runner game. That's actually a remake of an old Endless Runner that I made called Prima. It's the same name as this one. Renamed it to Prima Classic. It's on my itch.io page as well if you want to play that. It's also free. It's actually a browser game. This one's actually one that you have to download. This is a much bigger game. So I actually wrote down some notes because I actually tried to record this one time before, and it was just like a jumbled mess of me just rambling on random things and it made no sense, and it was kind of bad. So now I kind of made notes so that this could be a lot more structured. So one of my notes says, "Where have I been?" So yeah, I haven't uploaded for like 6 months, 7 months, and it's kind of been awful. A lot have happened. First of all, I went to university, so now I'm in university, and it's out, and it's not in London. I used to live in London, but now the university I live in is not in London. So there's that. And I've also been doing a lot of my studies and so on and so forth. I've also been making another game because this one's already done. So I've been making another game, and I'm kind of devoting a lot of my time and effort into making that game. Probably more than I've actually have on my studies, weirdly enough. But yeah, this kind of New Year's, when 2020 came around, I decided, as a New Year's resolution, I just wanted to make more content in general. I've been posting a lot more regularly on Twitter. Hopefully I can get back into that as well, because I've been kind of I've took a week break from just everything. Social media in general and make games, and I just kind of zoned out and just disconnected myself from technology in general. But now I'm back. I should be back on the grind. I should be making more content, and this is kind of one of the things that I wanted to get back into, just making more videos. So I decided to make a developer's commentary on a game that I've recently published, which is Prima. So yeah, let's get into it. One of the things I want to talk about is just the menu. I know it's probably not a very boring thing, but menus, I've kind of been obsessing over menus recently. This is latest obsession with this menu. I love this menu. I actually really enjoyed making it, and I enjoy how it looks, and it's probably the best thing I've ever created ever. The credits is beautiful. I'm kind of just gushing over the thing that I've created. But yeah, it's really nice. Also, you just press a letter to play. Every letter in the word Prima is kind of like its own level, so we're gonna get into P. And yeah, the tutorials here. So actually, one of the things that I've already talked about when I recorded this before was tutorials, and how even though I've been making games for 2 years now, tutorials are just one thing that I've always neglected for whatever reason. I really try to hammer this one home, try to make this as easy for people as possible, and try to make it as quickly as possible. So if you already know that, you can just click past all of this, but it just tell you the outline of the game. It's a very simple game, so I assume that it should be easy for people to learn. If not, it at least tells you the controls, and you can kind of just experiment with it. You die very quickly. So yeah, this is Prima. Very simple game. It's a very simple Endless Runner. Every 25 crystals you get, the game speeds up. If you don't collect a blue crystal, you lose one of the health bars that you have on the top left corner. And yeah, your main objective is just to get to 100. Every 25 crystals it gets faster, so the next one will be 75, and then there will be 100, and then 125, 150. I think 150 is the last time it speeds up, and then you can just, oh my god, I failed. It's fine, I could just retry. So yeah, I got 70 in that one. Could just try again. Yeah, so you need to get 100 to reach the next level. so it shouldn't take too long. Another thing that I've written in my notes is music. Music. I didn't make any of the music in this game, but it did take me a long time to find the correct music that would fit this kind of game. I like, but it was also one of the things I kind of dreaded, because honestly, it was very tedious in a lot of ways. I remember vividly, I would just scour the internet of just something that would work, put it into the game, play with it, and see if it works. And if it doesn't, then I'll just delete it and then just find something else. It was kind of a tedious process. It was a lot of trial and error, but I think I'm happy with what I've got. Oh god, I finished the level. So yeah. There we go. So, okay, yeah, there we go. Second level. So if you've been actually keeping up with the development of this project, of this game, you may have noticed, you may know that I've actually delayed this game quite a bit. And I've already explained it to me. It's probably my YouTube channel. There's another video explaining that. But yeah, it's just kind of, just to outline it again, basically what happened is, life. I was still in school. I was still in college. I just finished college. I finished my last project in college, which was making a game that, thankfully I got a really good grade for. And I kind of made this right after. Well, I kind of made this alongside of my final project in college, but I kind of put it onto the sidelines just to focus on my final project. And then once that final project was over, I just went back into making Prima, Prima. I can't believe I'm getting I'm mispronouncing my own game. I went back into making Prima, immediately after. I actually finished my project early, so I was just able to do that. I was just able to work on this game, and yeah, I thought I'd be able to get it done during the summer holidays, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Mostly because I had work experience, which was not really a bad thing at all. I love my work experience. I love my time at work experience. I actually worked with a company called Musemio that makes VR games for children. Educational VR games for children, and it was actually a blast to work with them. Unfortunately, it meant that I did not have a lot of time to work on my game, so that was literally the only drawback of it. I kind of snuck in. Sometimes when I was in that work experience, I kind of just snuck in and kind of worked on my game just for an hour or so. But yeah, maybe I shouldn't say that. It was fine. I enjoyed the work experience. It was really great, and I still managed to get this game out. So no harm, no foul. All right. So thank you, game. Well done. Thanks. Yes, I am better than I thought. Yep, the rules of the game will change again. So yeah, green crystals will change directions. Actually, green crystals, when I made the green crystals, I thought I was some sort of genius, because it was like, oh my god, yes, this is something awesome. I was actually kind of running out of ideas of what properties the crystals should do, because there was one that you need to collect, there's one that you shouldn't collect. Okay, one that changed directions. Level 4, I just couldn't think of any more crystal types, so I changed it to something else, which you'll see very soon. Alright, thanks for the good luck. There we go. So actually how this game works is actually quite interesting. The way it works is that it's semi-random. The game has certain patterns that you can actually learn, and they recur over and over again. So it's kind of like, so imagine there's a pattern, and sometimes it'll be let's say there's 5 different patterns of how these crystals will be laid out, and then afterwards from those 5 the game picks one out of random, which sounds kind of weird and doesn't sound like it would work very well. Oh god, I failed again. But it actually worked better than I thought it would. I think I made 6 or 7 different roads or different patterns or different paths, I think I called them paths, and then the game would pick one of them at random. They were kind of like long, so I managed to get a lot of freedom from it. And I kind of like the way it worked, simply because it allowed me the freedom to kind of make what I think will be the best pattern, or the best or pattern that would challenge the player the most. I kind of get to work with that. So yeah, I think I should explain what the green crystals, how they work. It's actually not that hard. All I did was make a there's a hitbox in front of every green crystal that once the player hits, it triggers the green crystal to change directions. That's literally all it is. It's fairly simple. The red crystals is kind of the same, has kind of the same concept. Oh god, I got confused. Oh my god, the last time I played this, I managed to beat the first 3 levels in my first try. This is very difficult. I think I understand how YouTubers feel, because because a lot of commentary channels, they say that it's very hard to talk and play at the same time. I think I kind of understand it, because this is my game. I made this. I know how this game works, and I'm failing. Quite difficult, quite hard. Okay, this is kind of an interesting talking point. Developers playing their own game, and people saying, because there is this weird notion that if you made a game, you're supposed to be, oh god, you're supposed to be really, really good at it. And I can tell you that's very far from the truth. I've been beaten at my own games plenty of times. Especially with Prima Classic, there was a high score that one of my friends got that I never was able to beat. To this day, I wasn't able to beat. And I think if people generally put a lot of time into this game, then they'll probably get a high score that I'll never be able to beat as well. There's also one of my friends also made a game, a two-player like arcade style game, where you shoot fireballs at each other, and you have like 3 lives, and the first person to get all 3 lives wins, or something along those lines. So it's like a nice little platformer, 2-player platform game. He lost to quite a few people, and he was a programmer of the game. He knew the game inside and out. So there is that. I think developers are at least competent at the game, just because they need to like playtest them. Or at least programmers do. Programmers definitely do some sort of playtesting when it comes to making games. Or if you're just an independent games developer, you do need to playtest it. So you do kind of get competent at the game, but being really good at the game, that rarely happens with developers. Developers are really very good. Rarely are they very, very good at their game. There'll always be someone who has more time to spend into that game and to just be better than them. So there you go. I mean, oh yes, this level, there will be a visual distraction. Here it comes. So I think it comes every, I actually forgot, is it like every 10 seconds or every 5 seconds? There'll be a visual distraction. Yeah, like that. It actually used to be a lot worse. It used to be so bad that like sometimes the color of the crystals would change, and it would really confuse. It would really confuse me. It would make a lot of the levels like unnecessarily difficult and just kind of unfair. It felt unfair to me. So there we go. Oh god damn it. There we go. So yeah, this is just one of those games I'm really proud of. Actually, Prima didn't actually do that well in terms of plays, weirdly enough, which I find very interesting, because Prima Classic, a game that I thought was objectively inferior to this game, just in terms of, you know, in a technical sense, it really is inferior, in every way, shape, and form. Oh, I knocked over my mic. Yeah, Prima Classic is I thought was inferior to Prima. Oh, I keep mispronouncing it. It's Prima. Prima Classic, I thought was inferior to Prima in every way, shape, and form. Like some technical technical wise, it was inferior. That's what I think. I think that's objective, actually. Prima is much better technical wise. It's a lot less glitchy. There's not a lot of bugs. It's a lot more polished. There's a save and load function, which the old Prima Classic did not have. Prima Classic's menu did not even work. There was like a quit button that doesn't work. So, there's like an options menu. Like, I thought it was technical wise, it is better. That's just objectively. I thought this game was a lot more fun than the old Prima as well. I mean, I think it's a lot less challenging. But when it came to Prima Classic, one of the biggest critiques I've got was that people thought it was a little too hard or a little too challenging, and that it wasn't fair. So I decided to tone it down. There was actually quite a lot of balancing to do with this game. Originally you would go a lot more. You'd be a lot faster, which made it a lot more difficult to begin with. So I guess I kind of slowed play down a lot to begin with, and then. When you get to 100, the actual speed at 150 originally was the speed for when you reached 100. So that kind of just puts into perspective how fast you were at the beginning. Oh yeah, the last level was actually, the last level actually just took the music from the main menu, which I thought was nice. Can I borrow it back? So the last level is actually just... It's just level 4, it's just M, but a lot faster. Well, not a lot faster, just slightly faster. It's actually yeah, there you go. So I think it's noticeably faster. So if you like level 4, but wanted to be more difficult, level 5 is the thing you were looking for. I almost finished it. Oh, there we go. Okay, this one might... There we go. I might try to go quiet just so I can finish this. Okay, yes. Okay, cool. I finished the game. Woo! Nothing happens when you finish the game. You just go back to the main menu. I probably should have done something with that, actually. Yeah, you just go back to the main menu. So yeah, it's one of those things that perplexed me. Prima Classic, in my opinion, is an inferior game to this one. Yet, it got played a lot more. And I don't know why. I guess it is just something. I mean, if someone here has played, if someone was watching this and has played Prima Classic and played this Prima, or if you haven't, tell me why. I actually want to know. It's quite interesting. It really does confuse me as to why people would choose Prima Classic over this one, especially from my perspective. This is a much better game. It has more variety, but yeah, I mean, regardless, I'm really happy that people would play any of my games, really, and I'm really happy that people genuinely support me. So yeah, I'm currently making a new game. I don't know how it would turn out. It's actually one of those kinds of games where I actually don't know if I'm even going to be able to finish it or not, or if I'm just going to cancel it, or if I'm just going to abandon it at some point. It really is just one of those things. I don't want that to happen. I kind of do want to push forwards, and I'm doing everything that I can to grind and make sure that game is the best best game that it can be. In terms of the game's name, I still don't have a name for it. I know what it is. It is supposed to be an RPG kind of game. I want it to be kind of long, probably around 5 to 10 hours. That kind of length, which is a massive jump. Honestly, I know a lot of games nowadays, especially RPG games, are much longer, but my longest game was Prima. This is a game that could be in 5 to 10 minutes. So this is definitely something that is a big step for me, and I hope that I can share with you my progress on this game, and hopefully I can share with you the actual game when it hopefully comes out in probably a few years. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you do thanks for watching, whoever actually watches this. I hope you enjoyed just listening to me ramble on about my games and what I want to do with them, and the game that I've most recently released as of today, as of when I'm recording this actually. So yeah,